How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams from the Hard Gainer Academy. Over here, we make gains in fitness and choose stocks to get your portfolio in shape. You already know it is the start. It is the beginning of the week, so you know what's coming. We're going to be doing the joke of the day. So here it is. What does 50 Cent do when he gets hungry? 58. I know it's corny. All right, let's jump into it. We're going to be talking about NEO and the big news that came out today. Also want to throw out the disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. So NEO, this is what we're going to be getting into. NEO, we already know NEO has enjoyed a lot of growth, not only in the stock price, but also in the value of the company, and also the way how they expanded in regards to operations and getting their vehicles on the road. And one of the things why I wanted to bring this up, if you are not invested in them already, you need to strongly consider it. All right, so we're going to talk about the news that came out today. So the first thing being is NEO delivered 7,225 vehicles in January 2021. A new monthly record representing a strong 352% year-over-year growth. The deliveries consisted of 1,600 ES8 smart electric SUVs, 2,700 of the ES6s, and the company's 5-seater high-performance premium smart electric USV, and 2,800 of the EC6s, the company's 5-seater premium electric coupe SUV. As of January 31st, 2021, the cumulative total of all of these models added up to 82,866. This is crazy. Now, you know what you're saying right now. So why didn't the stock price go through the roof? NEO just ended up reaching a high of $59 today. What I'm trying to tell you right now, who cares? Who cares? Look at Apple. Apple last week blew their earnings out of the water. What happened? It didn't skyrocket or anything like that. What we need to know is the value. There's going to be earnings for NEO that's going to come up. This is a great way to have some momentum, build up some steam, because there's a good chance the earning report is going to look really, really good. For the past quarters that have passed, the past earnings, NEO has been killing it, and they're continuing to kill it right now. What makes it even more significant, they are also getting into doing sedans, right? This is a new project that they're going to be taking on, and they're going to be available soon. Not this year, probably around sometimes the beginning of next year. So this is what we need to look at. And then on top of that, they have to deal with other competition. Tesla actually got into the environment as well, but they were still able to crush it with their deliveries. So what I want you to do is think about how valuable NEO can be. In my personal opinion, where the current price for NEO is right now, she kind of got to $57 and after hours. I could honestly say I could see NEO being at least at the bare minimum $100 stock by the end of the year. But hey, who am I to say that? Let's figure out what the analysts are saying about it. So I'm about to put that up on the screen right now. So the analyst price target right now at this moment is $65.28. $65.28. This is crazy considering the price of NEO right now. It is way below that. What makes this even more significant, this is based on 13 Wall Street analysts. So again, these guys are doing this day in and day out. They're looking at companies, seeing what's going on and so forth. So I'm not saying that, we should just blindly follow them. But by them doing that background work and figuring out the valuations, doing those deep fundamental work, this gives us a good picture of what we're looking at in regards to how our investment can really turn out for us, all right? This is also based on a total of 13 analysts as well, which 8 of them rated a buy, 5 rated a hold, and 0, and I mean 0, say that you should sell it. So as far as a good price range, we've seen a lot of fluctuations with NEO. Like we said, we saw the high of 59, and then we've seen some days where it's gone to 53. So since this is a stock that I say that we need to hold on to so we can actually, again, benefit from the returns that we can actually get, I'd honestly say anywhere in the 50 range, you are good. Even the moment, I think it was sometime last week when the market just took like a dive for like a brief minute, NEO got down to around $53. Right now, she's at 57 and after hours. So I feel like 53, 57, those areas you really can't go wrong because, again, this is the type of stock you want to go long on. We're not going to be in this stock and then selling it a month from now. This is something that we want to hold, we want to keep. Because I can only imagine in 5 years from now, I could definitely see NEO being a $500 stock. So I want you to think about that for a second here. NEO right now is $57. Potentially 5 years, could even be 4 years, could be a $500 stock. Now, you can't tell me that is not a great return. So if you want to start building out your position, right now would probably be a really, really good time before the price starts continuing to run up. The way how I tend to do it is that I'll add, right? I'll add gradually. Another thing what I'll look at is, hey, when there's the dips, I'll add on the dips as well. So as far as which strategy is going to be best, you got to really find out what strategy works for you, because I know some people might have differences in regards to like how much capital they can add and so forth when they're investing. So you got to really choose a strategy that works best for you. You can always send me a message and we could talk about that as well. So now the next thing that I wanted to get into in regards to why NEO needs to be considered on top of everything that is going on is because of their relevance. There's a lot of other Chinese companies that are in the EV space, right? The main ones to consider is Li and XPEV. I've seen these stocks and I've been watching them from when they came into the market, and I'm going to tell you right now, NEO seems to be the front runner here. If you want to be holding a position in the other companies, hey, that's great, that's fine. But it's really looking like NEO is one that's handling the torch right now. Like XPEV, I could see a lot of potential there. There was even a moment in time where they were outpacing NEO. But for some odd reason, for what's going on, I think people are really going with NEO. I guess in the sense of it being more so the first of market within that geographical area and so forth. So again, if I was going to look at it in regards to like as a ladder, you'd have Tesla and then you'd have NEO. And then you have the other companies coming back after that. So going and building out a position in NEO is never ever a bad idea. Also, I wanted to kind of recap. I know I'm getting this question. So Dre, what are your thoughts on AMC? What are your thoughts on GME as well, GameStop and so forth? There's a lot of consolidation. The volume was actually really, really low. I saw there was on the news today that Robinhood is restricting the amount of shares you can actually purchase. I know a lot of people are switching over to different brokerages, right? So when we look at Monday, we also got to look at the gap up. So on AMC, it gapped up quite a bit, got up to $17 in the pre-market, right? And then it came right back down. As soon as when it came into open, just started tanking down. But here's the thing. If people were unable to buy a lot of shares, number one, if people were switching their accounts so they're unable to buy shares, number two, and then also number three, there's going to be a good amount of people that are going to be fearful and be like, hey, oh my gosh, it's tanked a lot, I'm going to get out. And then also on top of that, we have the hedge funds, and then we got the firms who are trading amongst each other using medium orders, which drives the price down, right? So in other words, we call this a short ladder. So it looks like the stock is just plummeting and things are just going to go south, but really that's not what's actually happening. We really got to really pay attention of how the orders are actually looking like, all right? And when I looked at the orders, when I was looking at it earlier, is that there's a lot of people who were buying on those dips. And when I mean buying on those dips, they were buying large orders, right? So there's mostly exchanges of medium orders which were being sold off. So that's why I'm not too concerned in regards to the dip in this sense, all right? So one of the things that we need to look at as this week goes on forward, the more time that passes, the better the chance of AMC has of actually moving in regards to the price of the stock, right? Because I think it's the date of February the 2nd, which is tomorrow. So it's going to be very interesting on Wednesday to see what things look like. Like I said, when that short squeeze happens, those firms, those institutions, they're going to be forced to buy those shares, right? We're holding. So that's why it's important that we're keeping the prices up. So today on close for AMC, the great thing about it was it actually did better than the close on Friday, right? So as far as what's going on in after hours, I don't look at that too much because like I said, we can always have a gap up the next day. So that's why I'm really not concerned at all. I'm feeling pretty good. And it's part of the reasons why I tell you guys, if you're going to be investing your money in anything, make sure it's discretionary income. You cannot be afraid to lose it. Now, for GameStop, yeah, there's been some serious changes. But for what I'm looking like in regards to how the stock looks, it looks like it's trying to find a range around 200. This is actually really good considering that, hey, like this was a stock that was well into the it was in the $20 range and then even lower before that. So the fact that it's kind of trying to find some comfort around close to $200 is great because then we can expect to seeing a gap up the next day, all right? But one of the things we need to pay attention to, because they kind of went through the same experience as AMC, was the volume, right? There wasn't as much that was being traded today. And that could be attributed to a lot of the factors that I mentioned when I was talking about AMC. So we need to really take a look at what the market is going to look like tomorrow and Wednesday. Because again, I just know a lot of people with all the restrictions coming from a lot of brokers, a lot of people switching. And then on top of that, there's a lot of people who are watching and I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're panicking. A lot of people are selling, right? So one thing that I can honestly say that it's helped throughout this entire process is making sure, hey, what's your cost basis? What's your cost average? What risk management do you have in place? And also knowing that, hey, the reason why I'm actually really passionate about this, and I don't know if you feel the same way, is because this is a cause. This is a movement, and I support it. So that's why, again, I'm going to say it. You cannot be afraid to lose what you invest. That's why it's important that you got to be using your discretionary income. Am I saying, well, you know what, I'm going to wait this thing out till it goes down to $2? No, of course not. Let's be realistic here. But what I'm saying is having the right risk management. What can you tolerate? What's going to keep you sane? What's going to make sure that you can go to bed at night, right? Again, I just want to really emphasize that. But in regards to AMC and GameStop, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And like I said before, take a look at NEO if you're not invested in them already. I see a lot of potential that is coming. I see NEO being a $100 stock by the end of the year. And in the next 5 years, I could definitely seeing it be a $500 stock. All right. So don't sleep on that. All right. So I'll be talking to you guys soon. And yeah, talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. I think I've been talking a lot now. I got to edit this video and then, make sure you guys get a chance to watch it. Peace out.